My goal today is to completely prepare you for 2025 on your dropshipping journey, and I'm not here to waste your time, so let's get right into it. So there's a couple of things which I believe are going to be super important next year. The year is going to be about creatives, all right? So just in general, you're going to need to test creatives with a much higher volume, break all your beliefs. You need to throw up that volume like crazy and test much more creatives, and also better quality. So not only higher quantity, but also higher quality, and you'll really have to put more time and effort into making creatives and hiring a whole team who can make the creatives for you, who can manage your creators, hiring creators in the first place, and all that kind of stuff will get super important in 2025. And so this is something which I'm going to kind of break down now. You're going to have to switch from testing products to testing content, and this is something which has already been one thing which has completely changed my personal dropshipping journey and helped me find success in e-commerce. However, especially now with so much competition, with everyone basically selling the same products, the ones that are going to succeed are the ones with the better content, with better ads, better marketing. And so you're going to have to put out more than your competition in order to succeed, if that makes sense. Now, I personally believe spam testing products will die completely. You could argue that this is already dead, but there's still people who are on TikTok ads all day, spam testing clothing, spam testing reps, or whatever it is. I believe personally this will die completely the upcoming year, because this, at the end of the day, with TikTok bans, with increasing CPMs, it's going to get super difficult to actually make this strategy work. And so the people that understand their audience the most are going to make the most amount of money, and the people that just spam tested and learned nothing from their tests, even if they succeeded sometimes and got lucky, they will fail. And so if you're doing this right now, stop it, because this is not going to work in 2025. Now, you need to test angles, concepts, and variations for every single creative testing campaign that you have. And not only when testing products, but especially then, you're going to have to go ahead and test multiple marketing angles for each product, multiple ad concepts for each angle, and then multiple variations for each concept. So you're going to end up with a bunch of creatives, and obviously this is going to be expensive, but this is going to be the way of actually going ahead and making it an e-com in 2025 by just doing more, all right? But testing so much content that something has to be profitable, and I'm gonna make those ads profitable with iterations, and kind of every time tracking the metrics and retesting ads with potential, seeing exactly in the metrics where the ad failed, and what part people dropped off the most, or why people did not click on your website. And then you're gonna have to have a whole system, a whole process of making your ads better every single test, retesting them, and also testing new concepts, new angles, regularly. And then, after enough time, you're going to be able to scale to the moon. And this is, again, gonna come down to your skills and to your time. And so if you don't have enough time to do this, you're gonna have to think about hiring an editor, hiring a graphic designer, hiring someone to write all the scripts, and all this process is going to be really outsourced. But I would only recommend you to start outsourcing things until when you're already good at it. So don't outsource anything if you're bad at something, because if the person that you outsourced it to fails, then you have no idea why they failed and how to train them properly. And so in order to really train people and to have good employees, you're gonna have to be good at the skill yourself. And so you're gonna have to go ahead and learn it if you're not good at this already. And when it comes to the quality of your creatives, ripping will get you banned, just because the AI of the app platform is getting so much better every single week even. And if you truly think you're gonna get away with ripping every ad of your competitors in 2025, then you will fail, because at the end of the day, the easiest way to get your ad account suspended and banned and disabled and restricted and all that kind of stuff, getting your ads rejected, is to rip them, is to download them and just run them up. And this is something which worked in 2017, 2018, and started getting worse and worse in 2020, but now in 2025 this will be completely over, and the only way you're gonna actually be able to scale ads for a long time without getting your ad account shut down or your ads rejected is going to be own content, unique custom content that you source from creators or film yourself, and that's going to be the only way to succeed. Now, you're going to have to understand your target audience the most, and the people that do that make the most amount of money. And this is already the case now. However, this is going to be super crystal clear next year, because the people that really go ahead and understand who they're selling to perfectly, and before every creative test, they figure out who they exactly speak to with the ad that they're making, they are going to make the most amount of money. And even especially next year, they're going to be the only people that make money. So start doing this right now. And also, you're going to have to understand and implement the concept of awareness stages. And you're always going to have to move down awareness stages, because the audience sizes essentially get bigger and bigger the less people know about you and the product. And so you're going to have to put in much more effort when it comes to your marketing, and also test much more. Now, better creatives is not going to be enough to actually succeed in e-com in 2025, but you're also going to need better offers. And the problem is the CPMs will rise like crazy, all right? With TikTok maybe being banned, with competition skyrocketing and millions of people getting into dropshipping right now, you're gonna have to compete on value instead of your price. And the brands that actually gonna succeed are gonna be the ones that provide the most value and charge the most amount of money, not the least amount of money. And so you're gonna have to have at least a $50 AOV always, and make at least $2 to $3 per visitor. And so this metric right here, the revenue per visitor, is going to get more and more important. You're going to realize that, and I recommend having at least $2 to $3, and these are typically the brands that scale the hardest right now, even higher, $4, $5, $6 per visitor. And so just compare this metric here to your CPCs, and then you're going to know exactly how much you're profiting for every single visitor that comes to your website. Now, this is obviously going to be something which you can achieve with split testing. And the first price that you set for your product and your offer in general is never going to be the last price that you're ever going to set. So this is something which you have to implement. Split test as much as humanly possible. Split testing will get more and more important increasingly every single year. And especially now, if you don't split test, you're just losing out on money. Immediately when testing a product, I run an offer split test. And this is something which you have to implement as well. What else is going to be super important is that you're going to have to be on multiple channels to actually make stuff work. And the first thing is that you have to have a Google brand search campaign when testing a product. This is something which made me immediately more profitable. Essentially, this is a retargeting campaign for Google Ads for people that were on your website but clicked off and then Googled you. And then if they don't find you, or even worse, find a competitor of yours, then you would just lose that conversion that you paid for. And these campaigns are super cheap traffic, super profitable. And if you don't have this, you're losing out on money. And every form of retargeting is going to get more important because of the increasing CPMs and the increasing costs to acquire new customers. So definitely keep an eye on this as well. Just the same as email marketing and middle of funnel and bottom of funnel retargeting. These two are super important as well to get customers that are more engaged, but just need more than just a little direct response ad to actually convert. And with these two, or better said, with these three things, you can get so much more money out of your store immediately from the start, immediately from the first testing day. So this is something which you have to implement. Become a problem solver. And I've seen the most successful people are just problem solvers. They just love solving problems, whether it's that nothing works, whether it's ad account issues or payment provider issues, whatever it is, right? There's 100 million issues that are going to occur when you get into e-com, and the problems also get bigger and bigger as you improve. So if you make 10K a month, then you're gonna deal with 10K per month problems, right? You might have some ad account issues, might have ad fatigue, all that kind of stuff. But if you make 100K per month, you're gonna deal with 100K per month issues. So you're gonna have to deal much more with people, hiring, firing, hard conversations, training people, all that kind of stuff. And so as you get bigger, and you can kind of imagine this like a video video game, a jump and run video game, the bosses and levels always get more difficult and harder, but you just get better, and so you kind of keep up, right? And this is how I would approach it. It never gets easier, you just get better. And then also you have to fall in love with the process of solving problems. You have to basically become obsessed, and you have to understand that you learn before you earn, and you get good before you get rich. All right, don't expect e-com or dropshipping to be a quick money grab. Don't believe the gurus that tell you that in 48 hours you can make $10,000 if you've never done this before. You can't. All right, it's not going to happen. You have to focus on becoming 1% better every single day, because consistency and showing up every day and improving every single time is the key. All right, and so this is something which is directly correlated to becoming 1% better every single time, and that is your speed of implementation. I've seen the most successful people in general, not only in e-com, are the ones that implement information and learnings from themselves and other people that they learn immediately, as fast as possible, same day. All right, those people are typically the ones that learn the fastest, grow the quickest, and then make the most amount of money. It's just how it is. And then you have to understand that in order to make money in dropshipping, you have to be better than everyone else, because 99.99% of people in dropshipping don't make a single dollar. All right, they don't make money, they aren't profitable. And so in order to make it, especially with the amount of competition there is in this business model right now, you have to be better than everyone else. And how do you get better than everyone else? Well, if we say that work is volume times leverage, you increase your leverage by doing more and learning more. You just have to learn, you have to improve your skills, and you improve your skills by doing more. All right, so basically it all comes down at the end of the day to doing more than your competitors and making it better. All right, that's really the key. And you have to focus on one thing until it works. Only run one store, only do one business model at a time. Focus on it until it works, then scale it, and then look for stuff how you can make even more money. But it doesn't make sense to have a dropshipping store and SMMA, day trading at the same time. It doesn't make sense. Pick one and then focus on it, improve your skills until it works. And if we're talking about skills already, the most important skill, which is super underrated in whole entire dropshipping and e-com YouTube, is sales. All right, because at the end of the day, we're doing marketing, and marketing is just one-to-many sales. And so before learning marketing, you have to learn how to sell. You have to understand why people buy, why people make emotional purchase decisions, and you have to understand sales scripts and role play actively to be able to achieve and learn the skill. And so what I would do is I would not consume dropshipping content, but actually focus on watching sales trainings from Alex Hormozi, from Andy Elliott, whoever it is. Consume sales trainings on YouTube, and that's the stuff that you have to learn and get better at, and not how to find the next winning product, because that's not going to make you any money, that video. However, if you understand why people buy and actually learn how to sell, that is the video that's going to make you the most amount of money. And so thank you so much for giving me your most important assets, which are your time and your attention. I hope you could learn something from this video, and I wish you a beautiful day.